forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with the great one, and it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Hayward in at the small forward position.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Two great pivot men tonight, Chris. The position has obviously changed over the last couple years. If you were playing now, you think you'd be more of a 4 or a 5?
You know, Kevin, I think I'd be a 3. I played the 4 and 5 in the NBA when I played, and I think I'd be a 3. Right now, you get to shoot, you get to take guys out on the wing. Defensively, though, I'd have to make sure I call for some help because laterally, you got to be able to move out there with those guys. But I think definitely it'd be the 3, 4, and 5 the way the game has evolved.
And you can bring the ball up. I've seen you do it. I know you could do it in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you have a lot more opportunity to do it in this game, and that's not a criticism. It's actually, I love the way the game is played now. It's a lot less hand-checking, more space, and when you play with guys like I did from the Peja Stojakovic's and all the great shooters, the Tracy Murrays, those guys, it's that much easier to play in space because the defense has to honor those guys, and if they space out, that means you may just have a wide-open lane to the basket. Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fellow.
Morant kicks to Brooks. Oh, good on the. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. It's good. Giannis has got his second bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school. In Memphis, a small town, not a free agent destination, but the connection between these fans and their team really stands out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I love Memphis. Shout out to Bill Street. Oh, man, they got some great food there, GA. I'll take it to one of my spots next time we're up there. But Memphis is known for its food and music. I mean, the MGs, as some call the Grizzlies, a treasured part of the scene.
To the inside, here's Brooks. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lane.
And Giannis throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. Naturally, their defensive game plan centers around the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the league's most feared slasher. Kevin, they will do everything they can to keep him out of the lane. Maybe that includes playing 7 or 8 guys at a time.
Thank you, David. Now, Morant in the game against Orlando. Very impressive. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. First team foul. Here's Jackson. 26 points for him last game against Orlando.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Morant.
Well, you can tell the shooters are nervous close by. He is so skilled at getting his hand up when shots are being released.
Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
So timeout called here. The first from Memphis. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout, trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the Great One.
He's been absolutely electric for his team. The way he's been able to finish plays and just take a hold of the offense, that off-guard spot is more than deserving of recognition.
Now Now here's Morant. Guarded by Bledsoe. Morant kicks to Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Morant missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Rob. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Brooks with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. Here's Jackson. That one wide left. And it's Milwaukee's ball. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. Here's Giannis. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Brooks with it. Now guarded by the great one. Inside. Here's Morant. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Live by the three, die by the three. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
Yeah, Greg, when you're not connecting from deep, you got to mix it up. I mean, look to score inside more. They didn't do enough for that.
Clearly a foul.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league. You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Pass to Valanciunas. Out to the wing. There's the triple. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Pass to Hayward. Kicks it to Morant. Back to Hayward. Great D that time from Middleton. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
You think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris. The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh,
you did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk on. Like, remember what Derrick Rose did over back in the day? Oh my goodness, off the two. Or how about Jordan? When he pump fakes it with one hand, like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So, me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Morant passes to Hart. Valanciunas in the high post. Just 5 on the clock. Memphis moving it around. Launches a 3. Hart, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And that one's good. Morant.
Solid ball movement there. I like seeing Hart make an effort to get it to his open guys.
Middleton outside. Here's Giannis. Trying to get open his land. Some solid defense there from Jackson. They get a hand on it. Brooks against Middleton. The pass to Morant. From deep. A rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
The great one. And the rejection by Jackson. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. The 3. Here's Valanciunas. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Alex Len picks one up. Middleton looking it over. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
And you look at Morant. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jaren Jackson is out there with Clark, and it's Hayward in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
And timing is so important. I mean, right there, Brooks shows nice judgment, being able to get the rejection.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Nets was a man on a mission. He scored 46 points, and he did what he does best. He shared the ball and looked to get his guys going throughout the game. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Moment here now for an injury report. Let's check in on the status now of Valanciunas with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies. He's said to be experiencing a lot. Overall, it looks like it is just a bruised bicep. It's unfortunate timing all around for them. Of course, they will need to band together while he's out. We'll see how they respond. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
Yeah, but fortunately we know he's in good hands, and we hope to see him back on the court soon.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, especially when I was with Dada. I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
Really love doing it on the road. At home it's really cool, but on the road it's great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements. Wear your jersey and And to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Passes it to the great one. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And stolen by Hayward.
Great execution of the double team right there, able to strip it and then get the possession.
It's Brooks on the wing. Pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Hayward up top, covered by Giannis. Clark kicks to Hayward. Lays it up off the glass. Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter.
Look, with good size and underrated athleticism, Hayward's able to muscle through the contact.
Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Morant. He's got 5. Pass to Brooks. Fires the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 22 is their biggest lead.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Morant finishes inside. Morant's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Here's the great one, stolen by Brooks. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. It's Brooks on the wing. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from the great one. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. The great one's got 21 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that to get out and run following the steal.
Memphis trailing here. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Oh, boy, that was the kind of effort coaches love to see. So active, such energy at the defensive end.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Brooks.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Outside Jackson, and the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his 2nd foul. He's got to play it a little safer.
On defense, Milwaukee. 6-point lead. Morant passes to Jackson. 4 on the clock. Here's the pass to Hayward. And the 3 ball is good. Hayward's got 7 points for the quarter.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
They get it back. And that one's good. Drummond. And the Bucks lead by 5.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Knocked away. Here's Clark. He's coming off a 16-point game against Orlando.
He didn't ignore the defensive aspect either. I mean, his 3 blocks tell that story.
And the rejection by Giannis. The story of rebounding. Now a look at the league's best players on the boards. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Grizz are the guys you went against and played against. Who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the breaker. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those 2 guys come to mind.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Bledsoe at the elbow. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Morant with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got rebound number 13 with that last one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
52 seconds left in the first half. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Seven seconds left in the first half. Jones finds Jones. Overtime. And the first half is now in the books. The Bucks on top. They lead by 13. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from the Great One.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
On the court for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Great one out there at Bledsoe. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Tries again, the Great One, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Over the last month, getting it done. 6th in rebounding, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Morant passes to Brooks.
Sometimes Brooks is a tough matchup for the D, especially when he's playing with some intensity and looking to score.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Brooks. He's perfect from the line. Bucks leading by 13. Middleton outside. And here's Bledsoe. Passes it to the Great One. The tray. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Here's Hayward. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's Morant, guarded by Bledsoe. And it's Morant missing. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. 22 is their biggest lead. And stolen by Hayward. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
They swipe it. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
With question, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Jackson kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Will it go? That shot, no good. Good D by Giannis. Bucks leading by 23.
Well, his father played in the NBA. He grew up in Indiana. His father was a teammate of mine, Jaren Jackson, over at the Wizards. Took on Jordan, and those guys didn't do too well. Oh, let me get back to it anyway. But for Jaren Jackson Jr., you could say the game was in his blood and in the water.
Chris and Jaren Sr., a three-point marksman, made sure his son worked on his perimeter shooting from a young age.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Jaren Sr. Even as some of Junior's coaches wanted him to focus on his inside game, Dad knew better. He said, sooner or later, son, you're going to need that outside shot. Boy, was he right.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. For Memphis, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Morant dishes to Hayward. Down low, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Look, right there, the defense overcommits. Hayward with good awareness finds the open man.
Middleton outside. Pass to Giannis. The Grizzlies pull it in.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Here's Morant, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And you see the work Drummond has put into passing the ball. Solid at spotting the open man.
Here's Morant. 7 points in the game. He kicks it to Jackson. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Pass to the great one. Bledsoe left side. The great one passes to Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Over to the left wing. The great one tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything stands out west. As you look at Memphis, they're holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far.
And guys, when you look at Memphis, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
Clark, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. The Bucks also with the sub. Olynyk, he's checked in for Andre Drummond.
Gets the look he wants and still no luck. Tough night for him.
The pass to Antetokounmpo. Up and in on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points here in the second half.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Oh, yeah, no question what they'll be talking about in this timeout. They need to figure out some way to slow him down.
And now that we have a chance, let's show you the NBA's top thieves. This is the list of this month's steals leaders. Well, you look at the great one, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Bledsoe with it. He's picked up by Morant. Count it. Bledsoe's got his second bucket.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. And the rejection by Giannis.
I mean, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
It's Olynyk atop the key. Shoots over Morant. And another basket for Milwaukee.
When Olynyk gets the ball in the mid-range area of the floor, he has no problem in letting it fly. I mean, he makes that shot consistently when he has the room to let it fly.
Valanciunas passes to Clark. Now Morant. He's got 7. Shoots from 8. Rebound by Olynyk. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Passes to the great one. Middleton outside. Loads it up for Giannis. Pass to the great one. To the paint. Bucks passing it around. Here's Giannis on the money from 12 feet away. Giannis has got 11 points in the quarter.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Here's Clark. 11 points in the game. To the left side wing. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Bledsoe. No good off the back of the rim.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing though.
And it's good. 2 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Morant with it, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Here's Clark. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Pass to Clark. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And the pass to the great one. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, the lob to Valanciunas.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Bucks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Down low, Antetokounmpo kicks to Olynyk. Passes it to the great one. The dish to Giannis. Olynyk trying to break loose. Antetokounmpo, no good. And for Memphis, they're shooting a meager 37% for the game. Brooks outside. Pass to Clark. Back to Brooks. He dishes it to Morant. From past the arc. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's the pass to the great one. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Here's Holmes. Off target. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Milwaukee on top, delivering the blowout. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Ran up on him. I ain't seen it before.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Noel. The Bucks also changing it up. Wilson, he's checked in for Drummond. And the great one subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Pass to Bielitsa. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Jones is out there with Hart, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Terrence Ross is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Snow in for Josh Hart. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Jones against Wilson. Jackson misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later. This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Here's Holmes, knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Milwaukee. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Ross on the wing. And it's Bielitsa with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Olynyk against Jones. Ross on the wing. 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That free throw good from Ross.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Ross. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Passes it to the great one. Here's Olynyk. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by. And for Memphis, they're shooting in the 4th quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. And stolen by Bielitsa. Pass to Holmes. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Now the pass to Jones. Here's Jackson. 5 on the clock. Back to Jones. Deep 2 from Ross. And again, Memphis no good. Bucks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Ross with the steal, and they're moving it up. Here's Snow. Off target at the rim.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
He's kept the integrity of their offense tonight by moving and cutting and scoring every time they've needed him to.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Jackson kicks to Jones. Jackson looking it over. 3-pointers, Snow. Rebound by Olynyk.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
And it's Jones with the ball for Memphis. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. To the inside. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Jones. Jones has got 6 assists in the game.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Bielitsa passes to Holmes. Not going to go that time. And Memphis the other way now.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for the night. I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Lynn's checked in. Thomas checked in for Milwaukee. On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 15-6 run. Lynn with the steal. Fast break, Memphis. Here's Snow. Leaps for it. A rebound by the Bucks.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Ross, that's good.
And Lynn is a sensational playmaker. Love how he zips passes over to his guys.
Thomas against Lynn. The great one passes to Olynyk. That one goes in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Grizzlies shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Outside, Lynn. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn. Constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
And he knocks down the first one. Noel's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Leonard's checked in. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Now, here's Bielitsa. Pass to the great one. Ross grabs the board.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Lynn from long range. Jones. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Thomas passes to the great one. Bielitsa with it. Out left to the wing. Bucks passing it around. To the middle. And Jones over to help. No good from the great one. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Ross passes to Lynn. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. Here's Snow. Offensive rebound. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 4 points in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Thomas kicks to Bielitsa.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jones.
Checking in for your Grizzlies, Gordon Hayward.
The great one passes to Thomas. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's the great one, and he jams it with authority.
Now that's team basketball. Bielitsa doing a nice job getting the ball to the open man.
Snow the pass to Hayward. Shoots over Leonard. Hayward can't hit.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Leonard against Land. Lock at 6. Snow against Bielitsa. Pass to Snow. From deep. But they recover it. Pass to Ross. To the right side. Here's Hayward. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the size of Hayward is an advantage inside. I mean, he does a good job at drawing contact.
The free throw drops by Hayward. Hayward hits them both. And the Bucks with possession here. And here is Bielitsa. The great one passes to Bielitsa. Inside, the great one takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Outside, Lynn. Noel trying to break loose. Lynn's shot is off. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. To the wing right side. Wilson against Noel. Here's Lynn. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Jones is checked in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the great one.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Jones with it. Now Thomas defending. Just 5 to shoot. Jones kicks to Ross. From outside, off the mark. Milwaukee in total control. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Out to the right wing. Fades away. The shot by Wilson, no good. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented